I painted Rooftop in 1996, just after I had quit my job working for the University of Chicago as the curator of visual resources. And I moved to Laredo, Texas, where I got a tenure track job as an art history and an art studio professor. It was the first time that I had had a full-time teaching position. I had always just been a TA before that. And I had this wonderful large studio. While I was a curator at the University of Chicago, one of the things that I did was I used to shoot slides out of film books and film magazines to get ideas for compositions. And this painting was one of those compositions that I had gotten, I think, from Annie Hall. It was a scene on a rooftop where he's talking with Annie Hall. And I thought, oh, this is kind of a cool image. So I didn't even have a slide viewer. What I do is I just hold the slide up by hand and hold it against the window and look into it. So I painted the background and the two figures just roughly in, and then I got Valerie to pose for me for the figure on the left, and I used a series of 2 or 3 mirrors to bounce an image around, sort of like what I thought Artemisia Gentileschi had done with her portrait, to paint my profile there and me standing there talking to Valerie. The frame that you're looking at is a frame that I had gotten when I finally moved back to San Francisco, and I was showing at the Jenkins Johnson Gallery, and I had to frame a bunch of works, and this is one of the frames that I chose. So in terms of the formal analysis or the formal aspects of this painting, I did paint this sort of alla prima, but I painted it over several days. So it started out first with a coating of burnt sienna with some thinner in it and a little bit of oil, probably walnut oil or even liquid. And then I used a bristle brush to sketch in the details and start blocking in the colors and that kind of thing. It was a canvas that I had stretched myself, and so I had basically, uh, it was a rough canvas, and I was trying to save money. I stretched it myself, and so you can see the texture even of the brush strokes of the gesso that I applied underneath it. The back of the canvas has a lot of extra fabric on it, because what I wanted to do was provide the possibility, well, someone had told me that when you die and these go to museums, they might need to restore it, so you should have extra canvas on the back. Since that time, I don't really do this anymore, but this is what the back looks like. So you can look closely at the painting and see the textures and how I was trying to provide some soft and hard edges. And also I was trying to work a little bit with one of my old loves, which was the Bay Area figurative style and that thick and thin of the paint. This is what it looks like in its frame from the side, so it's kind of a thicker frame, and it's kind of a weird size. The frame is 19 by 15, and the painting inside is 14 by 18, so it would be hard to reframe it.